Hello there and welcome to the Dreamy Science Channel. I'm so glad you found your way here tonight. Tonight, we're taking a soft journey inward, not to distant galaxies or deep oceans, but to the quiet marvel that is your own body right now. As you settle in and let your breathing slow, millions of processes are happening inside you without any effort on your part. Your heart is beating in its steady rhythm. Your lungs are drawing in oxygen and releasing what you don't need. Your cells are quietly repairing themselves, and your brain is preparing for the restorative gift of sleep. What you'll hear tonight might change how you think about the vessel you carry through life. Some discoveries may surprise you with their gentle elegance. Others will simply float by like clouds on a peaceful evening, soothing and quietly unforgettable. Let's begin. Your heart has its own electrical system that works like a gentle, built-in pacemaker. Deep within your chest, your heart beats around 100,000 times each day. And it does this not because your brain tells it to, but because it has its own quiet intelligence. Specialized cells in your heart generate electrical impulses that spread like gentle waves through the heart muscle, causing it to contract in perfect rhythm. This electrical system is so reliable that your heart can continue beating even if it's separated from your body for a short time. It's a quiet miracle that begins before you're born and continues faithfully throughout your entire life, asking nothing from you but simply doing its work in the darkness of your chest. Your bones are alive and constantly rebuilding themselves. We often think of bones as dry, lifeless structures, but they are actually vibrant, living tissue. Every day, specialized cells called osteoclasts quietly dissolve tiny portions of old bone, while other cells called osteoblasts lay down fresh, new bone material. This gentle process of renewal means that every 7 to 10 years, you have an almost entirely new skeleton. Your bones respond to the stresses and movements of your daily life, becoming stronger where they need to be, and reshaping themselves based on how you use your body. Even as you sleep, this quiet construction project continues. Your bones whispering to themselves in the language of minerals and proteins. Your brain produces its own natural painkillers that are stronger than morphine. When you're hurt or stressed, your brain releases chemicals called endorphins, which are your body's own version of opiates. These natural compounds are actually more potent than morphine and work by binding to the same receptors in your brain that pharmaceutical painkillers target. But unlike artificial drugs, your body produces exactly the right amount at exactly the right time. Endorphins also create feelings of well-being and even euphoria, which is why exercise, laughter, and certain foods can make you feel naturally high. Your brain is essentially its own pharmacy, mixing and dispensing personalized medicine whenever you need it. Your skin completely renews itself every 28 days. The skin you're touching right now is not the same skin you had a month ago. Your body sheds about 30,000 dead skin cells every minute, so quietly that you never notice. These microscopic flakes drift away like invisible snow, making room for fresh, new cells that have been growing in the deeper layers of your skin. This constant renewal means that cuts heal, scars fade, and your body maintains a protective barrier that's always fresh and ready. Even the tattoos people get don't stay in the same cells. The ink gets passed from old cells to new ones in an unbroken chain of cellular memory. Your eyes can distinguish about 10 million different colors. The human eye contains 3 types of cone cells, each sensitive to different wavelengths of light. These cells work together like a sophisticated camera, capturing information about the world around you and sending it to your brain to be interpreted as color. What's remarkable is that this isn't just mechanical. Your brain actually constructs the experience of color from electrical signals. The redness of a sunset, the blue of deep water, the green of forest leaves. All of these exist not just in the world, but in the quiet conversation between your eyes and your brain. You are, in a very real sense, painting reality with your perception. Your stomach gets a completely new lining every 3 to 5 days. The inside of your stomach is one of the most hostile environments in your body, filled with powerful acids that could dissolve metal. To protect itself, your stomach produces a new mucus lining every few days, essentially giving itself a fresh coat of protection. The cells that line your stomach work tirelessly, sacrificing themselves to keep you safe from your own digestive power. This is why your stomach doesn't digest itself, despite containing acid strong enough to break down the toughest foods you eat. Your heart can actually influence your brain more than your brain influences your heart. While we often think of the brain as the body's control center, your heart has its own complex nervous system with more than 40,000 nerve cells. These heart neurons can sense, feel, learn, and remember independently of the brain. Your heart sends more signals to your brain than it receives, constantly informing your thoughts and emotions. This is why we talk about following our hearts, or why emotional states can be felt so strongly in the chest. Your heart isn't just pumping blood. It's contributing to your consciousness in ways we're still discovering. Your body temperature naturally drops as you fall asleep. About 2 hours before your natural bedtime, your core body temperature begins to decrease by 1 to 2 degrees. This cooling process is part of your circadian rhythm and actually helps trigger sleepiness. Your hands and feet may feel warmer as blood vessels dilate to release heat from your core. But internally, you're cooling down like a gentle evening settling into night. This natural temperature drop is one of the signals that tells your brain it's time to release melatonin and prepare for sleep. Your liver can regenerate itself even if 75% of it is removed. The liver is the only organ in your body that can grow back to its original size after injury or surgery. If part of your liver is damaged or surgically removed, the remaining healthy tissue begins to multiply and grow, eventually restoring the organ to its full size and function. This regeneration isn't just healing, it's actual regrowth, like a starfish regrowing a lost arm. Your liver does this while continuing to perform its hundreds of other functions, from filtering toxins to producing proteins your blood needs. Your muscles have memory that exists independently of your brain. When you learn a physical skill like riding a bike or playing an instrument, your muscles develop their own form of memory called muscle memory. This isn't actually stored in the muscles themselves, but in the neural pathways that connect your brain to your muscles. Once these pathways are established, they can remain for years or even decades. This is why you can pick up a skill after years of not practicing and find that your body remembers movements your conscious mind had forgotten. Your digestive system has its own nervous system with more neurons than your spinal cord. The enteric nervous system, sometimes called the second brain, lines your entire digestive tract with over 500 million nerve cells. This network operates largely independently of your central nervous system, controlling digestion, absorption, and even immune responses in your gut. It's constantly communicating with your brain through the vagus nerve, which is why gut feelings are more than just metaphors. Your digestive system can influence your mood, decision-making, and overall sense of well-being. Your blood travels about 12,000 miles through your body every day. If you could lay out all your blood vessels end to end, they would stretch about 60,000 miles, enough to circle the Earth more than twice. Every day, your heart pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood through this vast network, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body and carrying away waste products. This journey happens quietly and continuously. A vast transportation system working inside you every moment of your life. Your brain uses about 20% of your body's total energy, even though it only weighs about 3 pounds. This remarkable organ, soft as butter yet more complex than any computer, consumes glucose at an extraordinary rate. Even when you're sleeping, your brain remains highly active, consolidating memories, clearing out toxins, and maintaining the basic functions that keep you alive. The energy your brain uses in a single day could power a 20-watt light bulb for 24 hours. Your body produces about 1.5 liters of saliva every day. This clear, watery fluid is far more important than you might think. Saliva contains enzymes that begin breaking down food before it even reaches your stomach. It also contains antibodies and antimicrobial compounds that protect your mouth from harmful bacteria. Your saliva is slightly alkaline, which helps neutralize acids that could damage your teeth. Throughout the day and night, your salivary glands work quietly, producing this protective, digestive fluid that keeps your mouth healthy and helps you taste and enjoy food. Your kidneys filter your entire blood supply about 40 times each day. These two fist-sized organs process approximately 50 gallons of blood daily, removing waste products and excess water to create urine. They also help regulate blood pressure, produce hormones, and maintain the delicate balance of minerals in your body. Your kidneys are incredibly efficient filters, saving what your body needs and disposing of what it doesn't, all while maintaining the precise chemical balance necessary for life. Your lungs contain about 300 million tiny air sacs called alveoli. If you could spread out all these microscopic sacs, they would cover an area about the size of a tennis court. This enormous surface area is packed into the space of your chest cavity, creating an incredibly efficient system for exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide. Every breath you take brings fresh oxygen across this vast internal landscape, while carbon dioxide makes the return journey to be exhaled into the world. Your immune system remembers every infection you've ever had. Deep within your bone marrow and lymph nodes, specialized cells called memory B cells and memory T cells store information about every pathogen your body has encountered. These cellular libraries can recognize and respond to threats you faced years or even decades ago, often preventing you from getting the same illness twice. Your immune system is constantly learning and updating its defenses, creating a personalized protection system based on your unique life experiences. Your white blood cells can live for anywhere from a few days to several decades. Some of these cellular guardians, like neutrophils, live fast and die young, lasting only a few days as they patrol your bloodstream looking for threats. Others, like certain memory T cells, can survive for 20 years or more, quietly maintaining their vigilance against infections you may have long forgotten. These long-lived cells are like elderly sentinels, carrying the wisdom of past battles and ready to spring into action if old enemies return. Right now, as you rest, cells that formed when you were a child may still be circulating through your body, protecting you with their ancient knowledge. Your hair grows in 3 distinct phases, and each follicle operates on its own schedule. At any given moment, about 90% of the hair on your head is in the growing phase, while the rest is either transitioning or resting. This is why you don't go bald all at once when hair naturally sheds. Each follicle follows its own internal clock, growing for 2 to 7 years before taking a brief rest and then beginning again. Your scalp is like a vast garden where thousands of tiny cycles of growth and renewal happen independently, creating the continuous carpet of hair that frames your face. Your cells communicate with each other through chemical signals in a language more complex than any human tongue. Every second, millions of molecular messages travel between your cells, coordinating everything from hormone production to tissue repair. These signals can travel through your bloodstream, across cell membranes, or even through direct contact between neighboring cells. Your body speaks to itself in proteins, enzymes, and electrical impulses, maintaining a constant conversation that keeps all your systems working in harmony. This cellular chatter happens below the level of consciousness, a whispered dialogue that sustains your life. Your spleen acts as a quality control center for your red blood cells. This purple, fist-sized organ tucked under your left ribs quietly examines every red blood cell that passes through it, checking for damage or age. Healthy cells are allowed to continue their journey, while old or damaged ones are recycled. Your spleen breaks down worn-out red blood cells and salvages their iron to be used again. It also stores a reserve of blood that can be released quickly if you're injured or need extra oxygen-carrying capacity. Like a gentle editor, your spleen maintains the quality of your blood supply without you ever knowing it's there. Your pancreas produces exactly the right amount of insulin based on what you eat. This elongated organ, nestled behind your stomach, contains clusters of cells called islets that constantly monitor your blood sugar levels. When you eat something sweet, specialized beta cells detect the rising glucose and release precisely measured amounts of insulin to help your cells absorb the sugar. Other cells in the pancreas release glucagon when your blood sugar drops, signaling your liver to release stored glucose. This delicate balancing act happens automatically, keeping your energy levels stable throughout the day and night. Your inner ear contains the smallest bones in your body, yet they're essential for hearing. The malleus, incus, and stapes also known as the hammer, anvil, and stirrup, are smaller than rice grains, but serve as a sophisticated amplification system. These tiny bones vibrate in response to sound waves, magnifying them by about 20 times before sending the signals to your inner ear. Despite their delicate size, these bones are precisely calibrated to capture everything from the softest whisper to the sound of your own heartbeat. They work tirelessly, translating the vibrations of the world into the symphony of sounds you experience. Your lymphatic system is like a parallel river system that runs alongside your blood vessels. This network of thin tubes and small organs quietly drains excess fluid from your tissues and returns it to your bloodstream. Unlike your circulatory system, which has the heart as a pump, your lymphatic system relies on the gentle pressure of muscle contractions and one-way valves to move lymph fluid throughout your body. This system also transports infection-fighting white blood cells and helps absorb fats from your digestive system. It's a slow, steady current that cleanses and protects you from within. Your thyroid gland produces hormones that control the speed of virtually every process in your body. This butterfly-shaped gland in your neck acts like a master metabolic control center, determining how fast your cells burn energy, how quickly your heart beats, and even how fast you think. When your thyroid releases just a little more hormone, everything speeds up slightly. When it releases a little less, everything slows down. This glandular thermostat responds to signals from your brain and adjusts your body's metabolic rate with remarkable precision, keeping you energized when you need to be active and helping you wind down when it's time to rest. Your adrenal glands sit atop your kidneys like small caps, producing over 50 different hormones. These triangular glands are actually two organs in one, with an outer cortex that produces steroid hormones and an inner medulla that releases adrenaline and noradrenaline. Your adrenal glands help you wake up in the morning by releasing cortisol, prepare you for challenges by producing stress hormones, and even contribute to your blood pressure regulation and immune function. They're constantly adjusting their output based on your body's needs, working day and night to keep you balanced and ready for whatever life brings. Your hippocampus, a small seahorse-shaped structure in your brain, is constantly creating new neurons throughout your life. For decades, scientists believed that you were born with all the brain cells you would ever have. But we now know that certain areas of your brain can generate new neurons well into adulthood. Your hippocampus, which is crucial for forming new memories, produces thousands of new cells each day. These fresh neurons integrate into existing circuits, potentially helping you learn new things and adapt to changing circumstances. Even as you sleep tonight, your brain may be growing new cells that will help you remember tomorrow. Your cerebrospinal fluid bathes your brain and spinal cord in a protective, nourishing liquid that's replaced several times each day. This clear fluid cushions your brain like a water balloon, protecting it from impacts and providing a stable chemical environment for your neurons. During sleep, this fluid flows more rapidly through your brain tissue, washing away metabolic waste products that accumulate during waking hours. It's like a gentle tide that cleanses your brain while you dream, carrying away the cellular debris of thought and preparing your mind for another day of consciousness. Your pituitary gland, though only the size of a pea, controls most of the other hormone-producing glands in your body. Often called the master gland, it responds to signals from your hypothalamus and releases hormones that tell your thyroid, adrenals, and reproductive organs what to do. This tiny command center manages your growth, reproduction, stress response, and water balance. Despite being smaller than your thumbnail, it orchestrates the complex hormonal symphony that keeps your body functioning as an integrated whole. Your vocal cords are remarkably precise instruments that can produce sounds ranging from the deepest whisper to the loudest shout. These two small bands of tissue in your larynx vibrate hundreds of times per second when you speak, creating sound waves that your mouth and tongue shape into words. The tension and position of your vocal cords determine the pitch of your voice, while the force of air from your lungs controls the volume. Every word you speak requires the coordinated action of dozens of muscles, all working together to transform your thoughts into sounds that others can hear and understand. Your appendix, long thought to be useless, may actually serve as a safe house for beneficial bacteria. This small, finger-like pouch attached to your large intestine appears to harbor helpful microbes that can repopulate your gut after illness or antibiotic treatment. While you can live perfectly well without your appendix, it may play a role in maintaining the delicate ecosystem of bacteria that helps with digestion and immune function. Like a seed bank for your internal garden, your appendix quietly preserves important microbial life that benefits your overall health. Your gallbladder stores and concentrates bile produced by your liver, releasing it precisely when you need it to digest fats. This small, pear-shaped organ can concentrate bile by removing water, making it 5 to 20 times stronger than when it left your liver. When you eat something fatty, your gallbladder contracts and squirts this concentrated bile into your small intestine, where it breaks down fats into smaller particles that can be absorbed. It's a perfectly timed release system that ensures you can digest and absorb the nutrients your body needs. Your body maintains its temperature within a narrow range through an intricate system of sensors and responses. Specialized nerve endings throughout your body constantly monitor temperature and send information to your hypothalamus, which acts like a biological thermostat. When you're too warm, blood vessels near your skin dilate to release heat, and you begin to sweat. When you're too cold, these same vessels constrict to conserve warmth, and your muscles may shiver to generate heat. This temperature control system works so precisely that your core body temperature rarely varies by more than a degree or two, even in extreme environments. Your taste buds are replaced every 1 to 2 weeks throughout your life. These small sensory organs on your tongue constantly regenerate, ensuring that your ability to taste remains sharp. Each taste bud contains 50 to 100 specialized cells that can detect sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami flavors. These cells are connected to nerve fibers that carry taste information to your brain, where it combines with smell to create the rich experience of flavor. Even as you age, new taste buds continue to form, though more slowly, maintaining your connection to one of life's great pleasures. Your proprioceptors are specialized sensors that tell you where your body is in space without you having to look. These receptors in your muscles, joints, and inner ear constantly provide your brain with information about the position and movement of your limbs. This sixth sense allows you to touch your nose with your eyes closed, walk without looking at your feet, and maintain your balance in the dark. Your proprioceptive system works so seamlessly that you're rarely aware of it. Yet it's essential for every coordinated movement you make. Your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, have their own DNA that's separate from the DNA in your cell nucleus. These tiny organelles evolved from ancient bacteria that took up residence in early cells billions of years ago. Each cell in your body can contain hundreds or thousands of mitochondria, all working to convert the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe into usable energy. Interestingly, mitochondrial DNA is inherited only from your mother, creating an unbroken maternal lineage that stretches back to the dawn of complex life on Earth. As the night deepens around you and your breathing becomes slower and more rhythmic, remember that every one of these processes continues its quiet work. Your body doesn't need you to think about beating your heart or filtering your blood or replacing your cells. It simply does what it has learned to do over millions of years of evolution, caring for you with a wisdom that runs deeper than consciousness. Your fingernails grow at different rates on each hand, and they grow faster during the day than at night. The nail on your middle finger grows fastest, while your thumbnail grows slowest. Your dominant hand's nails also grow slightly faster than those on your non-dominant hand, possibly due to increased blood flow from more frequent use. Each nail is made of layers of a protein called keratin, the same material that forms your hair. The pale half-moon shape at the base of your nail, called the lunula, is actually part of the nail matrix where new cells are constantly being produced and pushed forward. Your tears contain natural antibiotics that help protect your eyes from infection. When you cry, whether from emotion or irritation, you're producing a complex fluid that contains water, oils, mucus, and over 1,500 different proteins. One of these proteins, called lysozyme, can actually break down the cell walls of certain bacteria. Your tears also contain antibodies and other antimicrobial compounds that create a protective barrier across the surface of your eyes. Even when you're not crying, your eyes produce a small amount of tears constantly to keep them moist and clean. Your fascia is a continuous web of connective tissue that wraps around every muscle, organ, and structure in your body. This thin, translucent membrane was once considered unimportant by medical science, but we now know that fascia plays crucial roles in movement, posture, and even communication between different parts of your body. When you stretch or receive a massage, you're partly working with your fascial system. This web is so interconnected that tension in one area can affect distant parts of your body, which is why a problem with your foot might cause pain in your back. Your pupils dilate not only in response to light, but also when you're looking at something or someone you find attractive or interesting. This unconscious response is controlled by your autonomic nervous system and happens within milliseconds. Your pupils also dilate when you're concentrating hard on a problem or when you're experiencing strong emotions. This is why people sometimes say they can see interest or attraction in someone's eyes. The muscles that control your pupils are among the most active in your body, constantly making tiny adjustments throughout the day. Your vestibular system in your inner ear contains tiny crystals of calcium carbonate that help you sense gravity and acceleration. These crystals, called otoconia, sit on top of specialized hair cells and move when your head moves, sending signals to your brain about your orientation in space. Sometimes these crystals can become dislodged and float into the wrong part of your inner ear, causing vertigo or dizziness. The condition resolves when the crystals either dissolve or move back to their proper location. It's remarkable that something as simple as tiny floating stones can so profoundly affect your sense of balance. Your retina processes visual information in parallel, with different types of cells specializing in detecting motion, edges, colors, and contrast. Before any visual information reaches your conscious awareness, your retina has already performed significant processing, highlighting important features and compressing the vast amount of information your eyes receive. This pre-processing is why you can instantly notice movement in your peripheral vision, or why certain optical illusions work. Your retina is actually part of your brain that is extended into your eye, containing the same types of neural tissue found in your cerebral cortex. Your circadian rhythms are controlled by a master clock in your brain that synchronizes with light. But you also have cellular clocks throughout your body. Nearly every cell in your body has its own molecular timepiece that oscillates on roughly a 24-hour cycle. These cellular clocks control when genes are turned on and off, when proteins are produced, and when various metabolic processes occur. Your liver, kidneys, heart, and even your skin cells all have their own sense of time that coordinates with your master biological clock. This internal timing system is so fundamental that disrupting it can affect everything from your metabolism to your immune function. Your sweat is mostly water, but it also contains traces of minerals, proteins, and even small amounts of waste products that your kidneys normally filter. Each drop of sweat is slightly different, depending on your diet, health, and what your body needs to eliminate. Some people's sweat contains more salt, while others produce sweat with higher concentrations of certain minerals. Your eccrine sweat glands, which are found all over your body, produce a relatively odorless sweat for cooling. The epicrine glands in areas like your armpits produce a different type of sweat that bacteria can break down into compounds with distinctive odors. Your diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that separates your chest cavity from your abdominal cavity and does most of the work of breathing. This powerful muscle flattens and moves downward when you inhale, creating space for your lungs to expand. When you exhale, it relaxes and moves back up, helping push air out of your lungs. Your diaphragm also plays a role in other functions like coughing, sneezing, and even childbirth. Hiccups occur when your diaphragm spasms involuntarily, causing you to suddenly suck in air that gets stopped by the closing of your vocal cords, creating that distinctive sound. As the gentle rhythm of your breathing continues and your muscles relax deeper into rest, all these intricate processes carry on their quiet work. Your body orchestrates this symphony of function without your conscious direction, a testament to the profound intelligence that lives within every cell, every organ, every system that makes up the miracle of you. Your olfactory system can detect over 1 trillion different scents, yet each smell you experience is completely unique to you. The way your brain interprets odors depends not only on the chemical structure of what you're smelling, but also on your personal memories, emotions, and even your genetic makeup. Two people can smell the same rose and have entirely different experiences based on their individual neural wiring and life history. Your sense of smell is the only sense that connects directly to the parts of your brain responsible for memory and emotion, which is why certain scents can instantly transport you back to childhood or trigger powerful feelings you can't quite explain. Your jaw muscles are among the strongest in your body relative to their size, capable of generating a bite force of up to 200 pounds per square inch. These muscles work in perfect coordination, not only when you chew, but also when you speak, yawn, or even express emotions through facial expressions. Your temporomandibular joint, where your jaw connects to your skull, is one of the most complex joints in your body, allowing your jaw to move up and down, side to side, and forward and backward. Even when you sleep, these muscles remain slightly active, maintaining the proper position of your jaw and tongue. Your rib cage expands and contracts with each breath in a gentle bellows-like motion that involves not just your ribs, but also the muscles between them, called intercostals. These small but important muscles lift and separate your ribs when you inhale, creating more space for your lungs to fill with air. When you exhale, they help draw your ribs back together. This coordinated movement happens automatically, but you can also control it consciously when you need to take a deep breath or hold your breath. The flexibility of your rib cage is essential for protecting your vital organs while allowing for the constant motion of breathing. Your saliva changes composition throughout the day and in response to different situations. When you sleep, your saliva becomes more concentrated and produces fewer enzymes, which is why your mouth might feel dry in the morning. When you're about to eat, your brain signals your salivary glands to produce more enzyme-rich saliva to help with digestion. If you're nervous or stressed, your saliva production decreases, causing that dry mouth feeling. Your saliva also becomes more alkaline after meals to help neutralize acids produced by bacteria in your mouth, protecting your teeth from decay. Your peristalsis is a wave-like muscle contraction that moves food through your entire digestive system, from your esophagus to your intestines. This rhythmic squeezing action works like a gentle massage, pushing food along even if you were to eat while hanging upside down. The smooth muscles that create peristalsis work automatically, guided by nerve networks embedded in the walls of your digestive tract. These waves of contraction continue throughout your life, sometimes even creating the gentle rumbling sounds you hear from your stomach when it's empty. Your blood-brain barrier is a selective filter that protects your brain from potentially harmful substances while allowing necessary nutrients to pass through. This barrier is formed by tightly connected cells that line the blood vessels in your brain, creating a security checkpoint for everything that wants to enter your neural tissue. Only specific molecules like glucose, oxygen, and certain medications can cross this barrier, while toxins and most bacteria are kept out. This protective system is so effective that it sometimes prevents helpful medications from reaching the brain, which is why treating brain conditions can be particularly challenging. Your corneas are the only part of your body that receives no blood supply, instead getting their oxygen directly from the air and nutrients from the fluid in your eye. This transparent dome at the front of your eye must remain perfectly clear to allow light to pass through, so blood vessels would interfere with vision. Your corneas are also among the most densely innervated tissues in your body, with nerve endings that are incredibly sensitive to touch, temperature, and chemical changes. This sensitivity is why even the smallest speck of dust in your eye feels so uncomfortable and triggers immediate tearing and blinking responses. Your cerebellum, located at the back of your brain, contains more than half of all the neurons in your entire nervous system, despite being only about 10% of your brain's total weight. This densely packed structure is responsible for coordinating movement, maintaining balance, and fine-tuning motor skills. When you learn to ride a bicycle or play a musical instrument, your cerebellum is working hard to integrate sensory information and adjust your movements until they become smooth and automatic. Recent research suggests it also plays important roles in cognitive functions, like language processing and emotional regulation. Your autonomic nervous system controls thousands of functions you never have to think about, from adjusting your heart rate to regulating the size of your pupils. This system has two main branches that work in opposition to each other. The sympathetic system that activates your fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic system that promotes rest and digestion. Throughout the day, these two systems constantly adjust their activity levels based on what your body needs, speeding things up when you're active and slowing them down when you're relaxed. Even now, as you listen to these words, your parasympathetic system is likely becoming more dominant, preparing your body for rest. Your hormones travel through your bloodstream like molecular messengers, carrying information between different organs and coordinating complex biological processes. These chemical signals can have effects that last from minutes to hours, influencing everything from your mood and energy levels to your growth and reproductive functions. Some hormones work locally, affecting only nearby cells, while others travel throughout your entire body to reach their target organs. The timing and concentration of hormone release is precisely controlled by feedback loops that ensure your body maintains the right balance for optimal function. Your joint cartilage has no blood supply or nerve endings, yet it remains healthy throughout your life by absorbing nutrients from the synovial fluid that lubricates your joints. This smooth, rubbery tissue acts like a shock absorber and provides a nearly frictionless surface for your bones to move against each other. When you move a joint, the compression and release helps pump nutrients into the cartilage and waste products out of it, which is why regular movement is essential for joint health. This remarkable tissue can withstand tremendous pressure while remaining flexible enough to allow smooth, pain-free movement. Your neurons communicate using both electrical and chemical signals in a process that's incredibly fast, yet precisely controlled. When a nerve impulse travels down a neuron, it moves as an electrical signal that can reach speeds of up to 400 feet per second. But when the signal reaches the end of the neuron, it must cross a tiny gap called a synapse by converting to a chemical message. Neurotransmitter molecules are released across this gap and bind to receptors on the next neuron, potentially triggering a new electrical impulse. This electrochemical communication system allows for the incredibly complex processing that underlies all your thoughts, sensations, and movements. Your skin produces vitamin D when exposed to ultraviolet light from the sun, essentially acting like a solar panel for your body. This process begins when UVB radiation strikes a cholesterol-like compound in your skin cells, converting it into a precursor that your liver and kidneys then modify into the active form of vitamin D. This vitamin hormone is essential for calcium absorption, immune function, and bone health. Your skin can produce thousands of units of vitamin D in just minutes of sun exposure, but it also has built-in protective mechanisms to prevent overproduction. The amount of vitamin D your skin can make depends on factors like your skin tone, the time of day, season, and geographic location. Your equilibrium depends on the constant integration of information from your eyes, inner ears, and proprioceptors throughout your body. Your brain combines these multiple streams of sensory data to create your sense of balance and spatial orientation. When these systems provide conflicting information, such as when you're reading in a moving car, you might experience motion sickness. Your balance system is so sophisticated that it can adapt to new conditions, which is why astronauts can eventually adjust to weightlessness and why people can learn to walk on stilts or balance on tight ropes with practice. Your cellular respiration is a complex series of chemical reactions that occurs in your mitochondria, converting glucose and oxygen into usable energy in the form of ATP molecules. This process is remarkably efficient, extracting about 38 molecules of ATP from each molecule of glucose. The waste products of cellular respiration are carbon dioxide and water, which your body eliminates through breathing and various other processes. This cellular energy production happens continuously in every cell of your body, providing the power needed for all biological functions, from muscle contraction to protein synthesis. Your lymph nodes act as filtering stations throughout your body, trapping bacteria, viruses, and other foreign particles before they can spread. These small bean-shaped structures contain specialized immune cells that examine everything that passes through the lymphatic fluid. When your lymph nodes detect a threat, they can swell as immune cells multiply to fight the infection, which is why you might notice tender lumps in your neck, armpits, or groin when you're sick. Your lymphatic system also plays a crucial role in maintaining fluid balance in your tissues and transporting fats absorbed from your digestive system. Your body clock influences not just when you sleep and wake, but also when your body temperature peaks and dips, when certain hormones are released, and even when you're most alert or prone to making mistakes. This internal timekeeper responds primarily to light and darkness, but it can also be influenced by meal times, physical activity, and social cues. Your circadian rhythms are so fundamental to your physiology that shift workers and frequent travelers often experience health problems when their internal clocks become misaligned with their environment. Even individual organs have their own circadian rhythms that coordinate with your master biological clock. Your tendons and ligaments are made of collagen fibers arranged in parallel bundles that provide incredible tensile strength while remaining flexible. Tendons connect muscles to bones and can withstand forces many times your body weight without tearing. Ligaments connect bones to other bones and help stabilize your joints while allowing controlled movement. These connective tissues have a relatively poor blood supply, which is why injuries to tendons and ligaments often heal slowly. However, they're constantly remodeling themselves in response to the mechanical stresses placed on them, becoming stronger with regular use and weaker with prolonged inactivity. Your vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in your body, wandering from your brainstem down through your neck and chest to your abdomen. This nerve carries signals between your brain and many of your internal organs, playing a crucial role in your parasympathetic nervous system. When your vagus nerve is activated, it slows your heart rate, stimulates digestion, and promotes the rest and digest response that helps your body recover and repair itself. You can actually influence your vagus nerve activity through practices like deep breathing, meditation, and gentle yoga, which may help explain why these activities are so relaxing and beneficial for overall health. Now, as these gentle truths about your remarkable body settle into your awareness, like soft snow on quiet ground, notice how your breathing has naturally deepened. Your eyelids may feel heavier, your thoughts softer around the edges. All of these processes we've explored continue their patient work as you drift towards sleep, tending to you with an ancient wisdom that requires no effort on your part. Your body knows how to heal, how to rest, how to prepare for tomorrow's adventures while you dream. Let yourself sink deeper into this trust, this profound partnership between your conscious mind and the gentle intelligence that flows through every cell, every heartbeat, every quiet breath. Your tear ducts produce different types of tears for different purposes, each with its own unique composition and function. The tears you produce when cutting onions are different from the tears that come when you're emotionally moved, and both are different from the baseline tears that constantly lubricate your eyes. Emotional tears contain higher levels of stress hormones and natural painkillers, which may help explain why crying can make you feel better. Your tear glands can produce these different types of tears almost instantly, responding to chemical irritants, physical stimuli, or emotional states with precisely the right mixture of proteins, salts, and other compounds. Your inner ear contains fluid that moves like gentle waves when you turn your head, and this motion is detected by tiny hair cells that send balance information to your brain. These hair cells are so sensitive that they can detect head movements smaller than the width of a human hair. The fluid in your semicircular canals continues to move for a moment after you stop turning, which is why you might feel dizzy after spinning around. This vestibular system works so seamlessly with your vision and proprioception that you can maintain perfect balance while walking on uneven ground, dancing, or riding a bicycle. Your pineal gland, a tiny pine cone-shaped structure deep in your brain, produces melatonin in response to darkness. This small gland acts like an internal light meter, increasing melatonin production as the day grows dim and decreasing it as morning approaches. Your pineal gland can detect changes in light even through your closed eyelids, which is why exposure to bright screens before bedtime can interfere with sleep. This ancient timekeeper has been called the third eye in some traditions, and while it doesn't literally see, it does respond to light in ways that profoundly influence your sleep-wake cycle. Your red blood cells are shaped like tiny donuts without holes, a biconcave disc that maximizes their surface area for carrying oxygen. These flexible cells can squeeze through capillaries that are narrower than their own diameter, deforming and then snapping back to their original shape. Each red blood cell makes the complete circuit through your cardiovascular system in about 20 seconds, delivering oxygen to tissues and picking up carbon dioxide to carry back to your lungs. These remarkable cells live for about 120 days before being recycled by your spleen, and your bone marrow produces about 2.5 million new ones every second. Your mouth produces different amounts and types of saliva depending on what you're eating or about to eat. When you smell something delicious, your brain signals your salivary glands to prepare for digestion, producing saliva rich in enzymes. If you're eating something spicy, your saliva becomes more watery to help cool and dilute the heat. When you're eating something starchy like bread, your saliva increases its production of amylase, an enzyme that begins breaking down starches into sugars. This anticipatory response shows how your digestive system prepares for food even before it reaches your stomach. Your adipose tissue, commonly known as fat, is not just passive storage but an active endocrine organ that produces hormones and signaling molecules. Fat cells release leptin, which signals to your brain when you've had enough to eat, and adiponectin, which helps regulate glucose levels and fatty acid breakdown. Your fat tissue also produces inflammatory molecules when stressed and anti-inflammatory compounds when healthy. The location of fat in your body matters too. Visceral fat around your organs behaves differently from subcutaneous fat under your skin, each playing distinct roles in your metabolism and health. Your cochlea, the snail-shaped organ in your inner ear, contains thousands of hair cells arranged along a membrane that vibrates in response to different sound frequencies. High-pitched sounds vibrate the membrane near the entrance of the cochlea, while low-pitched sounds travel deeper inside before causing vibrations. Each hair cell is tuned to respond to specific frequencies, creating a natural keyboard inside your ear. When these hair cells bend in response to sound waves, they generate electrical signals that your brain interprets as music, speech, or the gentle rustling of leaves. Your hypothalamus, though smaller than an almond, controls many of your body's most essential functions, including hunger, thirst, body temperature, and circadian rhythms. This neural command center receives information from throughout your body and responds by releasing hormones or sending signals to other parts of your brain and nervous system. When you're dehydrated, your hypothalamus triggers thirst and releases anti-diuretic hormone to help your kidneys conserve water. When you're cold, it initiates shivering and constricts blood vessels to conserve heat. This small but mighty structure works tirelessly to maintain the delicate balance your body needs to function optimally. Your platelets are cell fragments that circulate in your bloodstream, ready to spring into action whenever you have an injury. When you cut yourself, these disc-shaped fragments quickly change shape, becoming sticky and clumping together to form a temporary plug. They also release chemicals that attract more platelets and initiate the complex cascade of reactions that forms a blood clot. Your bone marrow produces about 100 billion new platelets every day, ensuring that you always have an adequate supply of these microscopic first responders, ready to prevent excessive bleeding. Your sebaceous glands produce an oily substance called sebum that waterproofs and protects your skin. These tiny glands, attached to hair follicles throughout your body, increase their activity during puberty and continue producing sebum throughout your life. This natural oil helps maintain your skin's barrier function, preventing water loss and protecting against harmful microorganisms. The amount and composition of sebum varies from person to person and changes with age, hormones, and environmental factors. Your facial skin produces more sebum than other areas, which is why your face might feel oilier than your arms or legs. Your parathyroid glands, 4 tiny glands about the size of rice grains located behind your thyroid, are masters of calcium regulation. These small but crucial glands monitor your blood calcium levels moment by moment and release parathyroid hormone when levels drop. This hormone signals your bones to release calcium, your kidneys to retain calcium, and your intestines to absorb more calcium from food. The precision of this system is remarkable. Your parathyroid glands can detect changes in blood calcium as small as 1% and respond within minutes to maintain the narrow range necessary for proper nerve and muscle function. Your ciliary muscles in your eyes contract and relax to change the shape of your lens, allowing you to focus on objects at different distances. When you look at something close, these muscles contract, making your lens thicker and more curved to bend light rays more sharply. When you look at distant objects, the muscles relax, allowing your lens to become thinner and flatter. This process, called accommodation, happens automatically and almost instantaneously as your gaze shifts from near to far objects. As you age, your lens becomes less flexible, which is why many people eventually need reading glasses. Your Achilles tendon, the largest and strongest tendon in your body, can withstand forces of up to 12 times your body weight during activities like running and jumping. This thick band of tissue connects your calf muscles to your heel bone and acts like a spring, storing and releasing energy with each step you take. The elasticity of your Achilles tendon makes walking and running more efficient by providing a natural rebound that propels you forward. Despite its strength, this tendon has a relatively poor blood supply, especially in the middle section, which makes it vulnerable to injury and slow to heal. Your olfactory bulb, located just behind your nose, processes smell information and has direct connections to the limbic system, the emotional center of your brain. This is why smells can trigger such powerful memories and emotions. The nerve cells in your olfactory bulb can regenerate throughout your life, making them some of the few neurons in your nervous system that can be completely replaced. Your sense of smell is also closely linked to your sense of taste. Much of what you perceive as flavor actually comes from odor molecules traveling from your mouth to your nose through a passage at the back of your throat. Your joint capsules are fibrous sacs that surround your movable joints, containing synovial fluid that lubricates the joint surfaces. This fluid has a consistency similar to egg whites and reduces friction between bones to almost nothing, allowing smooth, pain-free movement. The cells lining your joint capsules constantly produce fresh synovial fluid while absorbing the old fluid, maintaining the perfect consistency and composition for optimal joint function. When you crack your knuckles, you're creating a temporary vacuum in this synovial fluid that forms bubbles, which then collapse to produce the popping sound. Your medulla oblongata, located at the base of your brainstem, controls many of your body's most vital automatic functions. This small region manages your breathing rhythm, heart rate, blood pressure, and reflexes like swallowing and coughing. Even when you're unconscious or deeply asleep, your medulla continues its essential work, maintaining the basic life support systems that keep you alive. Damage to this area can be life-threatening because it disrupts these fundamental processes that your body cannot survive without. Your smooth muscles, found in your blood vessels, digestive tract, and other internal organs, work differently from the skeletal muscles you use for voluntary movement. These muscles contract slowly and can maintain tension for long periods without fatigue. They respond to hormones, nerve signals, and local chemical changes, adjusting their activity based on your body's needs. The smooth muscle in your blood vessels constantly adjusts vessel diameter to regulate blood flow and blood pressure, while the smooth muscle in your digestive tract creates the waves of contraction that move food through your system. Your zona pellucida, if you're female, or the acrosome of your sperm cells, if you're male, played a crucial role in your very existence. These specialized structures are involved in fertilization, with the zona pellucida acting as a protective shell around egg cells and the acrosome containing enzymes that sperm use to penetrate this shell. The incredible precision required for successful fertilization involves numerous molecular recognition events and biochemical processes that must occur in exactly the right sequence. The fact that you exist today is testament to the remarkable success of these cellular processes that brought together the genetic material from your parents. Your circadian clock genes are present in nearly every cell of your body, creating a network of molecular timekeepers that coordinate biological processes with the 24-hour cycle of day and night. These genes encode proteins that oscillate in concentration throughout the day, turning other genes on and off at appropriate times. Your liver has circadian genes that control when enzymes for processing different nutrients are produced. Your skin cells have clock genes that time DNA repair processes to occur during sleep when UV damage is not being inflicted. This internal timing system is so fundamental that disrupting it can affect everything from your immune response to your ability to heal from injuries. Your enteric glial cells, found throughout your digestive system, are similar to the glial cells in your brain and perform many of the same supportive functions. These cells help maintain the barrier between your gut contents and your bloodstream, support the neurons in your enteric nervous system, and play important roles in immune responses within your digestive tract. They also help coordinate the complex muscular contractions that move food through your intestines and may even influence your mood and behavior through the gut-brain connection. Recent research suggests that these cells might be involved in conditions affecting both digestive health and mental well-being. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, feeling your body settling into complete relaxation, remember that each of these remarkable processes continues its quiet work throughout the night. Your body has evolved over millions of years to care for itself during sleep, repairing tissues, consolidating memories, and preparing for tomorrow. There is nothing you need to do except rest and trust in this ancient wisdom that flows through every cell, every heartbeat, every gentle breath. Let yourself drift deeper into sleep, knowing that you are held and sustained by the profound intelligence of your own being. Your interstitial fluid bathes every cell in your body with a gentle, nourishing medium that delivers nutrients and carries away waste products. This clear liquid fills the tiny spaces between your cells, creating a microscopic ocean that connects your circulatory system to your tissues. Your interstitial fluid is constantly being refreshed, with new fluid filtering out of your capillaries while old fluid is collected by your lymphatic vessels. The composition of this fluid changes based on your body's needs, carrying hormones to target cells, transporting immune cells to sites of infection, and maintaining the perfect chemical environment for cellular function. Your otoliths are tiny calcium carbonate crystals in your inner ear that help you sense linear acceleration and your orientation relative to gravity. These microscopic stones sit on a gel-like membrane dotted with hair cells that bend when the crystals shift in response to movement or changes in head position. When you're in an elevator that starts moving up, these crystals lag behind slightly, bending the hair cells and telling your brain that you're accelerating upward. This system is so sensitive that it can detect accelerations as small as those produced by tilting your head just a few degrees. Your Peyer's patches are clusters of immune tissue scattered throughout your small intestine, acting as surveillance stations that monitor the contents of your digestive tract. These small dome-shaped structures sample bacteria and other microorganisms that pass through your intestines, training your immune system to distinguish between harmful pathogens and beneficial microbes. They play a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of your gut microbiome while protecting you from intestinal infections. Your Peyer's patches are most numerous during childhood and adolescence, when your immune system is still learning to recognize different types of microorganisms. Your propriospinal neurons form a communication network within your spinal cord that coordinates movement between different parts of your body. These neurons don't reach all the way to your brain, but instead connect different levels of your spinal cord, allowing for rapid reflexes and coordinated movements. When you withdraw your hand from something hot, propriospinal neurons help coordinate the movement of your entire arm and shift your body weight to maintain balance, all before the pain signal even reaches your brain. This spinal processing allows for incredibly fast, protective responses that don't require conscious thought. Your zonular fibers are tiny threads that hold your eye's lens in place and change its shape for focusing. These delicate strands stretch from your ciliary muscle to the edge of your lens, creating a sophisticated suspension system when your ciliary muscle contracts to focus on nearby objects. It releases tension on the zonular fibers, allowing your lens to become more curved. When the muscle relaxes for distant vision, the fibers pull taut, flattening your lens. This system works with remarkable precision, making thousands of tiny adjustments throughout the day as your gaze shifts between objects at different distances. Your circumvallate papillae are the large, circular taste buds at the back of your tongue that are particularly sensitive to bitter tastes. These specialized structures are surrounded by small moats filled with saliva, creating an ideal environment for detecting potentially harmful substances in food. The bitter taste receptors in these papillae can detect even tiny amounts of alkaloids and other compounds that might be toxic, triggering protective responses like increased salivation or the urge to spit out the offending substance. This ancient warning system has helped humans avoid poisonous plants and spoiled foods throughout our evolutionary history. And so, as the night wraps around you like a gentle embrace and your breathing becomes deeper and more rhythmic, we come to the end of our quiet journey through the miracle that is your human body. We've wandered together through the intricate chambers of your heart, along the vast networks of your circulatory and nervous systems, and into the microscopic worlds where cells carry on their ancient conversations. Each fact we've shared tonight is not just information, but a love letter to the profound intelligence that sustains you every moment of your life. Your body continues its work as you drift towards sleep, healing and renewing itself with a wisdom that spans millions of years of evolution. Rest now, knowing you are held by forces more gentle and reliable than any technology, cared for by processes more elegant than any human design. Sweet dreams.